I'm Alex Morash, and let's queer up trans rights. Walz wrecks Mace. Minnesota Governor shuts down anti-trans political theater. On March 4th, Minnesota Governor Tim Walz sat in front of the U.S. House Oversight and Government Reform Committee. It was supposed to be a hearing on federal funding, but South Carolina Representative Nancy Mace had a different agenda. Rather than sticking to fraud concerns when it was her turn, Mace took a move straight from the anti-trans playbook. She pivoted the conversation away from policy to demand that Governor Tim Walz define what a woman is. It's a bad faith tactic we've seen time and again, designed to clip into a soundbite and dehumanize gender-diverse people. But Walz didn't take the bait. Instead of engaging in the manufactured debate, he shut down that line of questioning, stating, quote, "I'm not here to be your prop for your obsession," end quote. Walz told Mace point blank that he wouldn't be part of her political games, emphasizing that his focus remains on the dignity of all citizens rather than divisive rhetoric. For a community that is often the target of these legislative attacks, seeing a high-profile leader refuse to validate transphobic dog whistles is a rare moment of accountability on the Hill. The exchange serves as a stark reminder our existence isn't a debate, and for some leaders, that's finally becoming the bottom line. You know, Walz has done not the best job the last couple months, but good for Walz on this one. You know, thank you, Governor Walz. Like, Nancy Mace, she's a terror. She's a horrible person asking him to define what a woman is. And she didn't mean it in a beautiful philosophical concept of what is womanhood. She meant it as trying to go after people. She's a bigot. I can't wait for her to get replaced someday by someone. Someone should primary her.
Well, again, people's tax dollars are supporting this woman to represent them. And it's appalling that people are stooping so low. And again, you know, hopefully karma will get this one as well. But again, I agree with you, Alex. You know, congratulations, Tim Walz. Well done. You know, I think his response, I think we need to be prepared as a community to be eloquent in how we respond and not take the bait, because that's what they want. They want to show us being reactive. And if we're professional and state facts, you know, we'll win in the end. We have before.
You're not.
Absolutely. I completely agree with that. I'm just so tired of seeing that thrown around. That is just, it is. It's just divisive at this point. That's not what we're here to discuss. Let's keep the topic at hand and on the table.
No, and I know we're talking about Tim Walz right now, but also another person I've seen speak and talk down on Fox News is Pete Buttigieg. And again, we need to, I think, have some of those people hopefully train our community leaders to speak and defend what the facts are and get away from all this crazy rhetoric.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, I'm glad that Walz didn't fall for it. Like, cause that my biggest concern with so many Democrats is normally my biggest concern is obviously policy and taking corporate money. You all know me on that, but like at the same time, they get themselves twisted into knots. They don't want to defend our community, and I'm like, then what? We're not going to vote for you if you don't support us, you know? But on the idea of like being respectful, I do want to give a little history lesson. I do think it was effective when Anita Bryant got a pie in the face back in the 70s. And I'm not saying anyone should do that to Nancy Mace, but I'll watch that clip on TikTok a million times if that ever happens.
What's your favorite flavored beer?
And that is a tasty LGBTQ news story. There is no other queer nonprofit media platform like this in the entire world. Support our LGBTQ stories by sharing them and subscribing to Queer News Tonight.